Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this one. This is reviews and more. As always, if you like these reviews, please help me out and hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out, helps me pay for more smelly juice in this case. So this is from Armaf. You can't tell, this is Odyssey Aqua. Now their Odyssey series is not a series of flankers. Each one is kind of independent and different in their own way. Armaf is not like it's not like a lot of designers where they have like Aqua de Jo and then they have all the various flankers. They're all kind of similar to Aqua, but then they're all a little bit different in their own way. These are all radically different from each other and could be worthy of their own name independently, but I think just for the marketing side of things, they don't do that. So let's talk about what's actually in this thing. So you get opening notes of orange, grapefruit, artemisia, which is basically like wormwood or absinthe, that kind of stuff. So that's what you're kind of getting out of it. You get mint and lavender in the middle, so pretty basic so far. All this is mass appealing. And then base notes of ambroxan, patchouli, and cypress. Again, all mass appealing, and those base notes in particular feel pretty masculine to me. So obviously this is meant to be a men's cologne from Armaf. Let's get this thing out of here. This one was sub $25 on FragranceNet. I believe is where I picked this up for that price. Look how shiny. I love the shinies. All right, let's pop this out of here. There's the bottle. This is a little different than a lot of their other Odyssey series because there's no leatherette or pleather outer thing there, and the batch code is on here. Let's see, when was this thing made? This was made January of 2025. So there is a chance that this might need to macerate or need to kind of get a little older on us. But we're at month 5. I think we're probably pretty good on that. I don't think we're gonna have to quote unquote age. So let's go ahead and pop this lid off. As always, I'm not a fan of their atomizer. It's really wiggly. It's kind of a cheap atomizer, but it's a sub $30 fragrance, 100 ml, and it's eau de parfum concentration. So no real complaints there from me because I think it would be a little unreasonable. All right, that one's empty. That one's empty. There it goes. An atomizer, just like the rest of the Odyssey series. It's all relatively similar. Not getting any whiff of it just from doing this. Not a whole, oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Okay, that's really fresh. Fresh, green, aromatic to it. That's nice. I'll be frank, I'm not getting the absinthe note. I'm getting a lot of green. I'm not getting a lot of lavender yet, so those opening notes of orange and grapefruit, they're definitely there. It's more rindy. It's a little bit, it's not like super sweet, like I think like Dolce Gabbana summer vibes with a lot of sweet citrus in the opening. This is more just like a rindy kind of orange and grapefruit. And that green note, I assume the green note is that artemisia, which is again a wormwood based smell that's associated with absinthe. Oh, my dog's barking. That's super helpful to the video. Oh, there he goes again. This is great. This is live recording. I might have to pause for just a second. All right, now the dog's not barking, and I actually made him smell the little scent paper. He did not like it, but I love it, so maybe he's just averse to the mints and the various fragrance profile in there. But yeah, this is very fresh in the opening. It's still, I'm not getting that absinthe note that's supposedly in here. I'm not getting that. It's really fresh, kind of almost ozonic because of all those, like, it feels just like, it smells like a bunch of like a fresh spring air kind of deal. It's very nice. So no complaints in the opening. It's a very, very high quality opening. It does project pretty well just because I was able to hold it out like 4 feet in front of me and I could still smell it. That being said, I'm not getting the lavender too much. I get a little bit of mint. And for me, when I smell lavender, it hits hard for me. So that I'm not getting that. So I'm gonna let this sit on my skin for just a second because every time I do this, the paper always smells different to me than being on the skin. Do two quick sprays. All right, let that flash off, let the alcohol flash real fast. Put the cap back on, not worry about it for a little while. Yes, it's very rindy. So on my skin, that citrus is a very rindy kind of citrus. Very pleasant, very masculine overall. So if you're, don't worry, gentlemen, if you're like, I don't want a sweet smell, I want to smell like a man, you're gonna smell masculine here. Very summer safe. I'm getting more of the, I can now smell the absinthe on the wrist. So that wormwood absinthe kind of thing they're going for here. I can smell it on skin. I can't smell it on the paper as well. I'm also already getting the lavender and the mint a little bit. The base notes, I don't have yet. Oh, holy cow, that absinthe note's there. That's great, I love that. But again, only on skin. I'm not getting that from the paper. So that absinthe note, that artemisia, I'm not getting until I put it on skin. So just keep that in mind. So if you use this in the store or you try it or something and you're like disappointed, make sure you put it on your skin first. It might make a difference for you. All right, I'm gonna let this thing dry down for a bit and then I'll jump in. The base notes are pretty simple, patchouli, cypress, and ambroxan, so there's not a whole lot I'm probably gonna talk about with that, but I will kind of give you kind of just an update to tell you how well it kind of projects the sillage and all that fun stuff. So we'll jump back in like, I don't know, 2 hours, see what's up with it. All right, so we're back. It's the future now, although it's just been a couple seconds for you guys. This dry down is excellent. I'll first point that out. What you get in the dry down is the middle notes of mint and lavender. The lavender is not, it's not a lavender bomb. It's not like think like JPG, like male elixir, that kind of stuff. Don't think about it like that. It's not like a bomb of lavender hitting you in the face. It's very subdued. I'd honestly say it's more minty than it is lavender. On top of that, you get patchouli and cypress. Those two things kind of merge together because it gives it kind of like that sour green smell. And I don't mean that in like a negative way. It's just if you know what patchouli and cypress smell like, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very clean kind of like green kind of smell to it. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a clean green smell. And then you get this ambroxan, which is kind of animalic and nice, and it kind of smooths the whole thing out. But definitely more mint than lavender. Definitely cypress and patchouli are kind of dominant on the final dry down. Those opening notes of orange, grapefruit, and that little, I'm going to say it again, artemisia, which is basically just like the same plant that make absinthe with, or something similar to it. That kind of, I'm going to say, licoricey kind of smell. That fades away after about 30 to 40 minutes, and it doesn't really hit that hard after that point in time. But once you get to the dry down, it's a very professional dry down. That's the other cool thing about it. It kind of opens up a little youthful, maybe a little bit immature in the opening with all the fruit and that kind of licoricey kind of candy kind of vibe to it. But the dry down's very professional. Again, I find cypress to be cypress, cedar, all that family of tree and wood, the pine basically, combined with the ambroxan makes it very professional, easily an office safe pickup. This is a super blind buy safe option. If you're like, I don't know if I should blind buy this, go ahead and get it. You're not going to be disappointed. This is a mass appealing fragrance. There's no flaw to it, in my opinion, as far as any of the notes being screechy or something like that. It's very smooth, very well blended. There's nothing really, I can't really pick out a flaw to it. Maybe if you're someone who's in love with those opening notes, you'd probably wish they lasted longer. I know I did. But that being said, the heart notes, the middle notes, the base notes, and the dry down, they're also great. So it's like you're giving up a thing you like for another thing you like. There's no real flaw to it. What I find interesting is they call this aqua. There's no real aquatic notes to this. I think that's just more of a misnomer. Like, we got to name it something, guys. What are we going to call it? Aqua. There's no water notes. Well, we don't care. They just stuck it out there. It is, however, very fresh. So I think that's probably what they're going for. You get those the aromatic herbal notes in there, and that final dry down with the patchouli and the cypress is very, very nice, and again, very professional. This is an easy blind buy. It's an easy dumb reach. It's a great going to the gym kind of fragrance. It's a great going out kind of fragrance. There's nothing really wrong. Projects pretty good in the opening for a while. The longevity, based on everything I've read and what I've experienced, is excellent. I'll do an update. Usually I do my longevity updates via short, and I kind of pop in and say, hey guys, this thing's going to be, this thing lasts on you a long, long time, so you better be ready to commit to it, or it doesn't last long at all. I can kind of tell you that. But based on my reading, this thing lasts a while. You're talking about 8 hours, as long as you're not doing something that's super gonna make you sweat or being out in the hot weather. This is gonna last you a while. So this is a safe blind buy, safe, easy, dumb pull off your collection if you're trying to figure out what you're gonna wear any given day. Definitely more spring and summer. I mean, you could probably wear it in the fall, and if you wore it in the fall and winter, no one's gonna say anything to you about it, but it's definitely kind of has that spring, summer vibe, maybe early fall. But once it gets cold outside, it would feel a little odd having some of these fragrances in there, especially the opening notes. But you could probably get away with it and no one's gonna say anything. But yeah, definitely, probably my favorite Armaf so far that I've got. I think I have 4 of them that I've actually opened up. This is my favorite one. Excellent, excellent, well done fragrance. Love it. Thank you guys for watching. Again, like and subscribe to the channel if you found it helpful, and I hope you have a great day.